Covering St. Johns County now. For 8 months after Hurricane Matthew blew through, many are still recovering.
Matthew caused an estimated $2 billion in damage to private property and $150 million to infrastructure. So today, leaders gathered at the Emergency Operations Center in St. Augustine and discussed lessons learned and putting those lessons into action. Channel 4's Crystal Moyer has more on changes being made for a more efficient response.
Contraflow is off the table. We've moved to the emergency shoulder use.
Changes to the evacuation route along I-10 is just one of the many changes discussed during the St. Johns County hurricane exercise. Evacuation and re-entry were the main focus. After Matthew, the county did away with the passes required for residents to get back into their neighborhoods after a hurricane.
What we discovered was people were stopping what they were doing for the evacuation, going to one of those sites, picking up a tag, and then coming back. And we felt like they had lost valuable time just preparing their family.
From now on, all you'll need is a valid driver's license, utility bill, or lease agreement, which brings us to a problem several agencies noticed during the latest evacuation. People leaving their important paperwork behind.
Your marriage certificates, your insurance paperwork, your identification cards. Many people had to go through the painful process of replacing those important documents after the storm during recovery.
For the most part, agencies say their response was a success. More than 140,000 people were evacuated from 2 barrier islands, and there was no loss of life or major injuries as a result. Because Hurricane Hermine hit about a month before Matthew, St. Johns County already had some resources on hand, like these ready-to-eat meals that they distributed to shelters and residents, which was a big help when it came to their response after the storm hit. Law enforcement agencies in the county say they will continue to work towards a more efficient response during hurricanes.
We want to make that mentality that we're one large agency and not really worry about borders when it comes to response or jurisdictions, that anybody who's closest will handle that situation. We were there, but we weren't fully there.
The EOC says the new plans discussed during the exercise will be implemented this season. Crystal Moyer, Channel 4, the local station.